Hey, what's going on, TGG family? Today this video is all about our best Call of Duty campaigns, with the top 5 being featured on this list. These campaigns can come from any Call of Duty title, so be prepared. You might not see your favorites make this list. Before we do get into the video, however, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know if you agree with our rankings of the best 5 Call of Duty campaigns that we have ever had the privilege to play. Coming in 5th place, we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare from 2019. This was one of the most successful Call of Duty titles for years, and although it may have correlated with the release of Warzone under the same title, the campaign was certainly a factor in the success of the game. The campaign made us both understand and appreciate the tragic environment that we had to play in, especially with the return of Captain Price, a fan-favorite character from games past. The cinematics and POV shots that we were given through the campaign made this more like a movie or TV show than anything else, with the immersive storyline keeping us entertained for the whole campaign. We met new, interesting characters with actual depth, rather than characters we have met in other games before, which seem very flat and two-dimensional. The graphics upgrade from previous games made the game actually enjoyable, especially if you had your settings turned up to the max level. Coming in at 4th place on this list is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War from 2020. While this game fell short of what Modern Warfare and its predecessor was, the campaign had one of the best narrating styles and storylines we have seen from recent games. The critical factor for the success of the Cold War campaign was the ability of players' decisions to impact the final outcomes of missions and the campaign as a whole, something players have rarely had the chance to do before. The side missions were also as interesting and catchy as the main campaign, meaning there was more interesting depth in the campaign rather than it feeling linear with just one storyline as the other games have been. The issues that the Call of Duty community had with the Cold War campaign were the short length of the campaign, as well as not being able to take charge of Alex Mason, another one of our favorite characters from the franchise. We do, however, get to play as Bell, who as a character does have some decent depth. Getting the bronze medal, we have to jump back over a decade to Call of Duty Black Ops. Being the first Black Ops game of the franchise, we actually get to meet Alex Mason, who turned into a fan-favorite CIA agent, who we get to learn a lot about and delve into the past of the character. We also get the opportunity to play Jason Hudson, and unlike future Black Ops games, yes, we're looking at you, Black Ops 2, we got to go around the world and experience a load of different locations that are drastically different. The game switched it up and got rid of the World War II thematic that the Call of Duty franchise had been heavily leaning into, meaning players got to experience a fresh new adventure and a world that they hadn't explored before. There was a lot of criticism with the departure from the World War II theme, as although most of the fanbase was bored of the early to mid 20th century gameplay, a lot of the fanbase expected other events in history to be featured next, such as the Korean War or the Vietnam War, which they were not. Our penultimate Call of Duty campaign on this list is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, coming in from 2009. This was 13 years ago, and still holds up against some of the campaigns released recently. Jumping on the train of success that the original Modern Warfare had brought in, Infinity Ward knew what to do. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 follows on from the storyline of its predecessor, with even more emotional content. Whether this is good or bad, love or hate, heartaches or heartbreaks, Infinity Ward smashed it with the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign. Now, while we won't spoil the campaign for you, the plot twists and storylines that we get to experience are some of the best in the whole Call of Duty franchise. Finally, our number 1 place for the best Call of Duty campaign ever goes to Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. We wish we could say this was a surprise, but it really isn't. The original Modern Warfare campaign was unreal, and one of the best campaigns we here at TGG have played from any game over. This game modernized and changed the FPS franchise for the foreseeable future. We got to experience a narrative storyline that had depth and character to it. We fell in love with characters, we hurt when they hurt, and we loved when they loved. Gameplay-wise, the mechanics felt brilliant and fluid, with no blockiness or stuttering appearing throughout. Who would have thought that all it would take to please us is some good gameplay? The success of Modern Warfare led to the development and release of the sequel, and then the success of the franchise boomed. Hey, that's it for the best ever campaigns from every single one of the 19 Call of Duty titles released. Let us know what you think. Have we got it right? Should there be some on this top 5 list that didn't feature? Hit us up with all of your thoughts in the comments below. Lastly, before we leave you, if you want some more Call of Duty content, including awesome videos on the best guns in Call of Duty and the best maps in Call of Duty, until the next time we see you, enjoy your missions and goodbye from all of us here at TGG.